Alrighty, so we're going to coat a screen, but just before we do so, we're going to be using Green Galaxy Cryo Coat. This is basically just so to coat the screen on both sides, and so that we can burn our image into the screen. This right here is my scoop. We use the metal one. It has a bit of a thinner edge on one side and then a thick edge on the other side, depending on how thin or how thick, you know what I mean, you want your coat. We normally tend to use the thinner side on here. If you look at it really close, you can see it. I generally put maybe about an inch in here, depending on how many screens I'm doing it. Today I'm only going to be doing one. I'll put roughly about an inch in here. There's not really a line in here, but there is kind of a pre-made line from the emulsion where you go up to. Alrighty, so I'm getting ready to emulsion a screen. This screen right here is a 110. We have it marked right here. This is a 110. We use 110, we use 200, and we use 305 here in this shop. So this screen just came out of there. Doesn't have anything on there. Maybe a little bit of stuff. You just sweep it all off. Make sure nothing is on there. You don't want really dust, rocks, or anything like that. So we're going to make sure this is all the way up. You're going to insert this into the bottom. I like to grab this with my hands personally and use my wrist to push it down. It locks it in again. Just push the pedal and it's all the way up. I now grab my scoop. Again, I look for the thin edge. I tend to use the thin edge on here, so we're going to spin this around. You're going to want to get it really close. This machine, makes it pretty easy. Again, you don't want to dump this scoop all the way forward, but yet again, you don't want to have it riding like this because obviously you're not getting any emulsion on there. But for the most part, if you want to just come right over top, you can look right over here and you'll see it. So if I tilt it in just enough, the emulsion goes right there to the screen and it touches it. I can just hit the down button and it'll emulsion the whole entire screen. So I'm going to put this down. We're going to pick this back up. Again, so we're going to take it out. You're going to want to flip it around and put it upside down. So again, now you're going against it. We just went that way, now we're going this way. You're going to again grab it with my hands. I tend to use my wrist to push it down under. And lock it right in. Again, go all the way to the top and it'll max itself out. Now I'm just going to show you real quick how I do the back side. So now I put it on like this. Again, you just wait for the ink to come. Put your foot on. And it'll do the screen for you. When you're done, you stop the pedal. Turn this back. You can pretty much put it so that the edge is on there. And I scrape it off a little bit. There we go. Again, we do have a little bit of emulsion left inside of there. But it's fine. This is coated 1-to-1 on both sides. So now I go down to my bottom dry volt. That's the dry cab. This one's the dry volt. Open this one up. Again, you do not want any of these screens to get exposed by the regular light. This yellow light right here is fine, and or you can use the safe light that's here in our X-Factor machine. I'm going to slide it in, and we can close this. Now this machine, if I were to put it on high and turn it on, this takes roughly 30 minutes to dry that screen, and I'm ready to burn and ready to use it. We tend to do normally longer than that. Normally I'll leave it in there for about 24 hours, like a whole day, just so I know that it's perfectly hard and it's ready to go.